Well, hi. Thank you so much for joining us today. This is Pastor Ron, and you're watching Kingdom Journey. And today we have a very special guest, a good friend of mine, Pat Palmer. And I've wanted to get Pat on this show for a long time, and finally I gave him the right combinations. And in fact, I offered him a gift, and that's why he's here. So seriously, Pat, there is a little gift. Our first-time people get a gift. And I tell people we're on a really low budget. It's my budget.
Thank you.
Anyway, I hope you enjoy it.
Thank you.
But thank you so much, Pat, for coming here today. We're going to talk about men's ministry a little bit today.
Good.
But I think to be honest with you, I know it's not in our notes that we have in front of us, but some of the people might not even know who you are or how you got started in men's ministry. So if you could just take a few minutes and share with us who you are and how you got involved in men.
Actually, two people got me going to men's ministry. The first was Ken Hofstra when he was here.
Yes.
Ken got me going, and then I laid out for a while and didn't go back. And then Gene Tackett said, "Why don't you come back to men's ministry? Why don't you join us?" And I said, "Okay." And I've been there ever since.
Well, we're glad you're there. We really are. Anyway, we're going to talk a little bit about what is men's ministry today.
Well, it's where men come together to have fellowship, prayer for our sick people, invalid people, prayer with people concerns, and we try to have good fellowship. We have special Bible studies. When I say special, we've had some really good speakers lately. Butch Watkins has done a great job teaching, and then we get special guests on our breakfast Saturdays. We've had the SAV lately. We've had Craig Sawman Sawyer from the Navy SEALs, Veterans for Child Rescue. And this coming Saturday, we're going to have the fire department, first responders. And they're going to update us on what all they do besides put out fires for the Green Valley residents.
Well, you and I had talked about that at one time. I don't know if the folks know this, but I was a first responder. Actually, I was a chaplain for the fire department for 20 years.
Right.
So my heart is really with these paramedics and firefighters and the unique role that they play, and especially here in Green Valley. In fact, I'll be there Saturday, Lord willing, and hopefully I'll get them on a podcast and do a little more interviews, because I'll have a lot more of my own experience to bring into that, that whole thing. So anyway, you talked a little bit about some of the things that are coming up. And you said we support Israel. How does that look like?
We support it with prayer.
Oh, okay.
We don't do a financial support, but we do pray for Israel regularly. We have supported Vets for Child Rescue. It's now part of Touch Local.
Yeah.
But we did a huge chili feed for Vets for Child Rescue and raised over $11,000.
Oh, my goodness. Wow.
The heart of this church is incredible.
Yeah.
When they found out what's happening to these children being trafficked, a lot of them didn't believe it. In this country, that would happen in the United States of America? Yeah, it's happening in the United States of America incredibly more than we can stand. There's more and more of it. And so with Tom Homan there and the guys like Veterans for Child Rescue, they're really putting a stamp on it to get that eradicated.
It's funny you bring up Craig Sawyer, because he's on I'm on his Facebook page, I guess, and he just posted one this morning with a little short video, but it was so powerful.
He also sent me one on the raid they just did in Idaho.
Oh, and could you tell the folks about that a little bit?
Yeah, he was working with the Idaho police, and I don't have the exact number, but I have pictures of them he had sent me, and I think they caught like 9 guys that was trafficking children. Yeah. So you can imagine those kids. You imagine being a child, 11, 12 years old, and she's raped continually all day long. How does she sleep at night?
Yeah.
How does she sleep? These guys are monsters. They're going to have to answer to God someday.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
So you said this Saturday you got a special guest, a first responder. Isn't there a breakfast associated with this?
Breakfast, yep.
What time?
7:30.
7:30 is breakfast?
7:30 is breakfast. A lot of our guys get there at 7 because they like to visit with each other.
Yeah.
And it's a great time for guys to visit.
Yeah.
And that's a good part of fellowship.
Right.
Sitting there having coffee with one of your friends and visiting, or somebody you don't know.
Sure.
Which has been good. Yeah.
So we'll have breakfast at 7:30 and the speaker at 8 o'clock or something like
Actually,
that?
yeah, they come on about 8.
About 8 o'clock.
Yeah, so it's about half an hour for breakfast, then about a 15, 20 minutes, depending on how many prayer requests we have. We have prayer.
Okay.
Sometimes we do the whole auditorium for prayer. Some days we do it just at the table, so it goes a little faster for our speakers.
Yeah. Okay. So why don't you invite the guys to come this Saturday?
All right, if you're a guy, I want to call yourself a man, come join Pastor Ron this Saturday and the rest of us and see what we do.
Yeah.
See how you like it.
Yeah. And again, I'm looking forward to meeting the first responder. It'll be
Yes.
great.
Yes.
Anyway, Pat, thank you so much for joining us
No
today.
problem.
It's been great to have you. I know we've talked about it, and
No one's called me special that I can remember. And when you said that, I about fainted.
anyway, for you Kingdom Journey people, thank you so much for joining us, and we look forward to speaking with you again in another program. God bless you and have a wonderful day.